All right, and we should be live. So close all of this. Delete that. No, I don't. Okay, hello and welcome. Should be live. Let's just get my link in there. And then we can do actual work. So where is my link? There we go. That one. Okay. So the idea is that I will be able to answer any questions that come up in the Slack channel. Yes. So what I'm doing here, or what I intend to be doing, is to work on a REPL, or like a faster REPL interpreter, basically, for the PureScript programming language, because the current REPL does some horrible things where it starts up a full node process for every command and re-evaluates everything that's in scope, basically, whenever you issue a new command to the REPL. And what I'm trying to do here is to keep just one node process running and to re-evaluate, to just evaluate things as they come in without having to restart the process every time. And I have a tiny bit of JavaScript which kind of does what I expect it to do, or like which does some, Emacs JavaScript is horrible. So yeah, but it just kind of does what I want. I'll have to properly FFI that, and then I should be able to evaluate just blobs of JavaScript, synchronous and asynchronously. And yeah, that's basically the idea. And what I'm going to do now is, God, what's your laundry list? What? Oh yeah, everything. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Easy. Okay. Yes. So the idea is that I will do a little thing here, which is like a running PureScript. This is going to be like a running node process. And what I'm going to do as a first step is I'm going to replace the existing JavaScript backend, like not JavaScript backend, the existing evaluation backend, which spawns node in PSCI with this thing, hopefully. So I want to make this thing work first, basically. And so the way that works is that, and I'm going to make a new layout here. So this is the compiler. Okay, so inside the compiler there is a file, REPL, which contains the binary code that starts PSCI, basically. Okay. So, and in here there is a backend data type somewhere right here. And this is like the functionality that a backend for PSCI is supposed to provide. We're gonna have to break this up because I want more features than what this allows at some point. But for now, it's a good starting point, basically. And if we look at the browser backend, that's kind of like a complicated thing. But if we look at the node backend, what the node backend does, is that it completely ignores setup, reload, and shutdown, and simply on eval starts a node process and evaluates an entire file in there. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yes, and we're gonna try to, instead of creating a node process here, just trying to send a thing to Purple, which is the super cool name that I thought of for this REPL, because I'm great with names. Actually, pretty impressed. So, I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to write REPL code for this. And I just realized that most of this stuff uses like ES6 features, so I'll have to write this in a ES5 compatible fashion so that the PureScript compiler is going to be happy with it. So we don't care about that one at all, actually. This is just test code. I'm just going to leave it in there anyway, but it doesn't really matter. All of this doesn't matter. This code needs to be ES5v5, if that's a thing. So that, and then this needs to be the end of the string, the beginning of the string. Code is a string, so I'm going to put that in between here, and I'm going to make these into pluses. So hopefully that works. So, okay. Am I doing more things that I shouldn't be? Yes, I am using record puns here, which are not allowed. And I'm going to make this thing shut up about the semicolons because it's so annoying. These lets need to be vars, I believe. Might as well be tiny. Okay, so we have more constant lets here, so let's make all of these vars. I might just put this into like an actual module and just require it so that I can continue to use the ES6 stuff in here, but it doesn't really matter. So, because eventually I'd like to actually just make this less and less big, and at that point most of this will be PureScript anyway. Okay, so again, the indentation is wrong here. I don't know how to do that properly. Emacs is horrible for JavaScript, in my opinion. Oh my lord. I think I know what happened here. Oh god, no. White space cleanup. Okay, there we go. There were tabs in here because I'm not gonna say anything bad about Emacs anymore because that was sublime, inserting tabs for me. Okay, so let's hope that there's no tabs left in here. Don't think we need any of this. Okay, so purple eval and purple eval async. So I'm gonna do module.exports module.exports.purple eval. Gonna be purple eval. This, and I'm gonna do the same for the async one, even though I probably won't need that yet. Still gonna give it a type signature, doesn't matter. Right. So I think this is fine. Yeah. Don't need this. We can move this down here as well. Let's just make sure we don't have anything left in here. So the file name over here, that bit can go. Not using that at all. We might at some point. We're not using that right now. Okay, so I have more record puns in here, which need to go, unfortunately. Okay, that looks fine. This looks fine, this looks fine, good. So, let's look at where this file actually is. Oh, I think this doesn't work because this is not actually a repository yet, so let's just make it one really quickly. So I'm going to git init this. Okay. So I'm going to remove that file. because that was just for testing. I'm gonna move the, I'm gonna make a directory under source purple. One more conscript. Thanks for finding that one. That needs to be a var as well. I'm not sure if it's, yeah, that would have probably broken. Why do, okay, so this is a new script, yeah, okay, so all of that was fine. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy and move, sorry, index.js to source purple.js. And then I'm gonna close this one. What the heck is going on? Okay, so I'm going to create a file in source purple.pers. Oh no, wait, just purple.pers. Module purple where? See if that works. So I am going to run psc-package build, see what happens. Okay, so did that actually work? Okay, so let's hope that worked. I am a little confused because I would have expected that to give me a warning because I have unused thingies in there. Oh, let's find out in a second. So what do we need? We need a split window so that I can look at the JS file down here. Okay, so foreign import. Damn it. I need to start the server really quickly. So foreign import purple eval. It's gonna have one of those horrible types. So I think I'm gonna need to install PSC package. I'm gonna need to install the functions one. What's that? I think it's called functions. We'll see in a second. Just gonna build this thing. Okay, yeah, that's true. It's not gonna parse. Can we build? Okay, so data.function.uncurried. Is f function still its own thing? Might be. I guess I'm gonna find out in a second. Okay. Purple eval takes is an f function too. I'm gonna just not apply any effects here. Let's do this actually. Damn it. F. So I don't care about the effect row here. That's gone away anyway. And then we have a string and a context, and that gives me back a record with a context, which is another context, and a result, which is a foreign, I think. Let's just make that a string for now, because I don't care actually. Okay. So let's see. Can I import this? Does this exist? Yes, it is. Okay, so that's good. And then context is a thing which does not actually exist yet. Foreign import data context, which is just star, and that's an execution context for the JavaScript. For the JavaScript execution, which doesn't really matter. Okay, so that was wrong. Of course, this is type now. So let's use type instead. Okay. So do I still have? Oh, interesting that it showed the error down here when it was actually happening up here. And I should put that back one. Okay, so this is what we have. I'm not going to bother with the eval async one yet, so let's see if this still works. Okay, so that's an error. I'm not defined in a foreign module for purple. Purple eval. That's interesting, because as far as I can tell, they are. Does this not work that way? Totally forgot how that works, actually. Okay, so let me look it up. Whatever. PureScript FFI. Exports. Okay, so we just drop the module bit. Okay. There we go. And that's just a warning, so we are fine. I don't care for that warning. I'm going to define the type for that in a bit. So, let's write a function eval sync, which is just going to be, well, this type with the fn bits removed. So there's going to be an f like this. If I could type, that would be great. Okay, so I think that should do it, and then we're just going to run fn to purple eval. What's the problem here? Unknown type f, that's true, so let's import that. Okay, so that seems fine. And let's just export eval sync from here. And we also need to export context then, which is fine. Okay, so we need to pass this a context, which is, I don't think we support doing that yet. Okay, so this is actually a maybe context. But I'm not gonna, no, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna write a binding for this one. So we're gonna create a context, which takes, and now we are in weird land basically, because this is JavaScript stuff. So for all R, so any object basically, and we're gonna give you back a context in F, of course. And that is going to be a foreign import. Okay. And yes, F is undefined. That is actually true. Okay. So we have that, and that should still give me an error. Yes, because create context is not defined. So let's do that really quickly. So exports create context is equal to function which accepts some R. And we're gonna need to be a little careful here because that R is gonna be mutated potentially. I'm not sure. Maybe not. Probably not actually. So we're gonna do because I didn't want to wrap that up properly with ffn whatever. I'm gonna write this out by hand. So return a function of vm.create context of R. And what that's going to do is that R, maybe any like record, and it's going to make all the members on that record available to like the expression that we're going to evaluate, but we probably won't need it, so I don't care about it. The only important bit there is that we're going to want to pass this context along so that we don't need to reevaluate everything all the time. But that's not supported by the current API of PSCI anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I guess we can just do maybe context here, actually, and do a bit of a thing where we do, so this is the code, this is the context, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to do case underscore of. So if we don't have a context, then what we're going to do is we're going to create a new context, and we're going to pass that in here. So this takes the code and we are going to pass that create context of empty object. And if we actually have a context, then we're going to do the nice bit, which is just running this thing with the context here. What's the problem here? Unknown type maybe. Yeah, that is true. Let's just import that. We don't have maybe yet. Interesting. Would have figured that something depended on that. Let's install it then. Okay. Maybe. Install. Builds. Unknown type maybe. Yes. This time around we can import it. Okay, here we go. And just the type is not enough, we need the constructors, and that is from the prelude, so let's just import the prelude. Great, here we go. So that works, and now inside main, in here, instead of logging stuff, what I'd like to do is I'd like to eval a string, which is going to be 1 plus 1, boring, but works for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to log r. Wait, what? Oh wait, this is not the eval that I'm talking about. So eval sync. There we go. And this returns, oh yeah, the result, of course. Don't care about the context. Wait a second, what? Oh, maybe a context, yeah. Nothing. Then we need to import that, and then we can insert, we don't care about the type signature. Okay, so let us attempt to run this. So, how do we run this? Does PSI work this way? REPL, does that work? Is my pulp to a old? Tell me where that is. So get dash command pulp. Maybe I need to upgrade it. So yarn global update pulp. Add. Okay, so let's try that again. So pulp REPL. Okay, so we need to do that one, yeah. So psc package install psci dash support. And okay, so what happens with the import main here? I just run this and it returns 2. So that's great. So what just happened is that we called purple eval over here, which is this bit. So we created a JavaScript context. We wrote a function that kind of like shims the require in there, and then we evaluated that expression. This is what the return bit does. We should probably wrap that up in parentheses actually. And then we ran that inside the context and returned the result. And so there's a couple of things that we can do here where we now actually get like an actual value back. But we have to ignore that, I think, because PSI right now does the show thing. So again, we're going to revisit this once we're freed from the PSI API. Okay, so that looks good. That was what I wanted to check first. So eval sync works, and that we need that to make our thing work. And we have a purple A here, which is probably going to become something which holds that reference to the context, so that we don't end up recreating it every time, because it takes like half a second or something to do that. And if we can reuse it, it's like free. And another thing is going to be the problem that it's probably not going to be an expression that we evaluate, or is it? We might actually need to throw away the context on every run, thinking about it, at least in the way PureCI works right now. We'll figure it out. Okay, so now I need a way to talk to this thing. Like, I need this to be running as some kind of like service that I can call. So how do I do that? I don't think I want to make an actual like HTTP server. That seems a little heavyweight. At the same time, reading and writing from standard in seems annoying to maintain on the Haskell side. Can I do something with sockets? Problem is that I need to keep this thing alive, so I can't do anything like... Yeah, because this thing needs to continue running so that we don't have to restart the process all the time. That's the entire idea. So... HTTP kind of sucks, but at the same time it's simple enough to do, I think. How does this work over here? There's some code for sockets. Console. I guess we could use the readline thing in here, which would be like standard in out, but I don't care. Oh, readable stream. So we could do a socket. One line at a time. So read line seems simple enough. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to do. So let's look at that. Okay, so PureScript read line. I think there's actually bindings for this. PureScript node read line. Low level interface. Yeah. All about the low level. So output terminal completer. We don't care about any of that. Again, we don't care about that stuff. A readable stream. Can I not just open one of these up? So readable streams. TCP sockets. That sounds simple enough. Okay, so how do I make one? Net. Okay, so I can make one. What's the simplest and stupidest thing I can do? I think I'm actually going to make this use standard in out. Yeah, I'm just going to make it use standard in out. I don't care. And then we're just going to spawn a process from the Haskell side. Yeah, that's probably going to be the simplest way to do it. Okay. So we don't care about any of that. So let's see what we need to do to make that work. So we need readline for one, which is PureScript node readline. So let's install that pc-package install node readline. Just 49 packages. Okay, so here we go. pc-package build, and then create interface impl, which is going to give me an interface, a handle to a console interface. How do I close one? Okay, so create interface. Prompt question, set prompt close line handler, set the current line handler function. Okay, so maybe I need to read this for a bit at least. Okay, so event line. The line event is emitted whenever the input stream receives an end of line input. Okay, so this is the bit that probably is handled by doing the line handler bit here. So let's just make sure we got that right. So set line handler, read line on line callback. Yes, so that is, I got that right. Okay, so let's do that then. Maybe the test code has an example actually, so maybe we can just use that. Yes, there's a main in here, so let's just copy that one over here. So, okay. Okay, prompt interface. Why is it in here twice? Did I copy something wrong? This needs to be indented until over here. So let's just comment this one out for a second and then fix up all the imports that are missing. Readline, console, exception, I don't care. Yeah, I probably want to qualify this at some point. That'll be fine. Okay, so this compiles, and then I suppose we can just probably we can't run this inside PCI. Maybe we should make an index file anyway, which does the thing we need it to. So let's just do that then. So we can do index.js, a new file, and it's going to require ./output/main. It's going to call main. That's all it's going to do. And so over here we should be able to say node index.js. That gives us something. If I say ASD, that's going to do that. Okay, so that looks good, right? Yeah, you typed, and then if I type quit, it's going to quit the thing. Okay, so great, we're good. So we need to do a thing where we don't care for the prompt, and we're not going to create a console interface. We're just going to create an interface. I think, which takes some arguments. It takes us a read stream. Okay, so the stream read is standard in. And then what else does it take? It takes options, interface options, which we might look at some point, but I think empty works here, right? Does it not work? Wait, what? Empty is an unknown value? Are you kidding me? Is it not? Is monoid not in? Monoid not in the prelude? Huh. Huh. I had that wrong, probably. Okay. So, but that compiles fine. So let's see if that still works. So if I do this and I type hello, that still works. There we go. Now we tap quit. So will the compile just be compressed on one line, or how will that work with read line? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like run a string escape over it, right? And that's gonna be fine. It's gonna escape the new lines as \ns. And then how do I get that back on the JavaScript side? Let me think about that for a second. Maybe that doesn't actually matter. Maybe I can just pass that on to the... Yeah, that's probably gonna be fine, actually. That's probably not. How do I do that? I could just eval it, I guess. Just think about that for a second. So, given a string like let x is equal to 5, and then I do \n, right, x. So that's the thing. Let me just assign that to expr. So what happens if I eval expr? That's not gonna work. How do I do that actually? Decode string JS unescape. Encode and decode a string. So what does that do? So if I do unescape of expr, there's something wrong there. So if I do like this, let expr 1, oh yeah, I'm gonna need to do something like that. What does unescape do? This is gonna do some kind of bullshit. No, I don't care about that one. That's decode URI. No, I don't want that. I want decode string new lines, basically. JS. Escape new lines with JS. Yeah. If you can't do this when the string is created, you can turn the one string into the other with this. That sounds horrible. Can I not? Because I kind of maybe like URI encode thing. Of course, I can just do JSON parse, right, on it. Okay, so all I need to do, of course, yeah, of course, I'm an idiot. That's a problem. I need to put \, yeah, I need to do this, right? And it's not going to be a let anymore, it's just going to be equal, right? Yeah, of course. And so now if I type expr, that's that, and if I type eval expr, okay, and if I type JSON.parse expr, unexpected token, is there still something invalid? Oh yeah, now I have something invalid in there, because this needs to be a double \/ again. There we go. Okay, so that works. So I can just apply a JSON parse and we're good. Okay. So I get a string over here. I'm going to check if that string is quit, because in that case I'm just going to quit. I'm just going to keep using that one. And then instead of logging you typed, I'm just going to do log dot, sorry, not log. I'm going to do eval sync of that string. I'm just going to need to JSON parse it. I'm not sure if I have that? Node.path. No. Okay, so that's globals or something. I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry. Doesn't matter. Eval sync of that string with. I now need an interface. So context is gonna be. Right. Damn it! Why can't I type today? It's so annoying. So create context. I'm gonna make that an empty context. I'm gonna do just context in here. Right, and that is going to give me back things. And I'm not sure if I think that modifies the context. I'm not sure. We might need to recreate that actually on every go. Then yeah, we'll see in a second, I guess. And there's going to be a result in there, and that's the bit that we are going to give back. And I hope that prompt is what we want, but it might be wrong. So let's find if there's a thing, like how do we respond? So our close prompt question resume write. Write clicks simple enough. We'll either write data or key sequence identified by key to the output. Okay, right. So I think we're going to use write here. Write from read line. Do we not have a binding to that? Apparently not. Okay, so let's look in here, see if we have. What's going on? Data Argonaut JSON bus. Yeah, I'm just gonna write a little binding, so I don't want to pull in JSON just yet. Okay, so why do we not have a binding for write? It's just missing probably. I am Tom asking questions. Okay, so I think we're just missing right here. Right. Because what does prompt do? Prompt the user for input on the specified interface. So do we have prompt here? Is there a prompt in here? Prompt. The RL prompt method writes the readline instance configured prompt to new line. When called, we'll resume if the readline is up and set to null or undefined, the prompt is not written. I don't think we're doing any of that, but I'm gonna make a prompt anyway. Let's see what happens here. So can I match type string with interface? Yes. Okay, so prompt. Okay, so let's just change that back. Oh, okay, so prompt does not do what we want, not at all. We need something that responds with a string. And we used to do that in here, so I'm gonna need to look that up again. I'm gonna need to look at the example here. I deleted that, unfortunately. So, log. Ah, damn it. We don't want to console.log. Or do we? That still writes to standard out, right? So let's just do that, whatever. And then I'm going to prompt again. Okay, so let's just do that. And we're going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to do log result here. Okay, so this was the node API. Okay, so that seems fine. So let's do node index.js again and type 1 + 1. Okay, that just returns 2. So what happens if I type something silly? Well, I can crash the thing, of course, but I don't want to do that. So it seems fine. But what happens if I do something like hello? Alright, that should still work. Okay. Let's do a thing where we require something. What could we require? We could require dot slash output slash let's do this one. So I'm going to require output main here, and I'm going to return lol. Cannot find module dot slash output slash main. What is... let's see if we can still make that work. So output main slash index.js. Does that work? No. What's the directory we're in here? I think we should be in the right directory to do this, right? What happens if I just try to require main? What happens if I do require fs dot read file sync index.js? Does that work? That's a buffer, so that works apparently. So how do you specify the UTF-8 encoding again? Do you do something like UTF-8 or something? Yeah. Okay, so that works. So we can dynamically evaluate JavaScript. We have require working. So now we should be able to just iffy like a PureScript module. Yeah, I'll put a PureScript module, and then just, I think we're good. I'm hoping we're good. So, we want to make sure we do the JSON parse over here. Alright, so let's just put that in here. So I think we can actually just use globals. So I'm just gonna PSC package install globals. Okay, so let's just find out if that's in there. Because I know we have unsafe stringify. Decode URI, global unsafe. It has all of these bits, but I need the other direction. Oh damn it, so it doesn't have it. For fuck's sake. Screw you, that didn't work. You can write a binding, whatever. So that is a function which takes a string and then applies JSON.parse to that string. And of course it needs to return that value. So return. Okay. So now we just need to import that. What? I'm not in a project, are you kidding me? Of course I am. Oh, screw you. Main. Now I need to go in here and I need to import a thing. For import JSON parse takes a string to anything. Again, I'm not saying this is the prettiest thing I've ever done, but it works for now. Just need to get something running before we try to make it pretty. So We're going to apply JSON parse to this one. Right. Now, might be unnecessary. We'll find out in a second. Okay, so this is all good. So now how do I make it so that I can continue, like keep that thing running? So I think we're good on the PureScript side of things, actually. So maybe I should just make this like a little thingy. So I need to ignore everything inside .psc package. Ah, screw you. Okay, so then we have that. Yes, we want to ignore this one. .pci underscore module slash this one. I don't care for that one. That can stay in there. We want to make sure we ignore output. Those can stay in there. We want all of these, I think. So let's get this started. Okay. So we are good over here. So we are now going to switch to the compiler side of things. Create PureScript. Might as well check out master. I'm not sure. This might be stupid, but I don't care. It's fine. What I'm thinking about is that I potentially do not want to do this on top of master because that means I can run certain pieces of code, but it's fine. Like the simple code is going to work anyway, so we're good. We are good. Okay. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to change. We need to make a backend. Right, so there's a parser for backends, and there's parsers for Node backend, and there's a parser for the browser backend. And where are these defined? Oh, I see. So if we get a port, that's going to be a browser backend, and if that fails, then we're going to create a Node backend. Well, let's just say, screw all of you. We're just going to take over this one, I think. No, we're just going to put one of ours in front. That's going to be fine. I'm going to need to pause the stream for a minute. I'll be right back. All right, so I should be back. Let's hope that that is still one video in the end. Okay, so we just went in here, and I'm going to change this to be my backend. So purple backend, and that's not going to take anything basically. So I'm just going to that's pure. Yeah, of course. This needs to be pure purple backend. Yes? No, maybe? Yes, okay, so this is not in scope. That is absolutely correct. So I'm going to write that bit. So command node backend. Here we go. Purple backend, which is going to be a backend. undefined, just to make sure that all of this stuff compiles. And we're waiting for Haskell. Okay, looks good. So we are doing good. So we need to put together one of these bits. So purple backend, hahaha. Okay, so there's some browser state here that we can use for these, right? So we can make a data type which is the purple state, and that's going to be a process, but I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm going to I'm just going to not do that yet. Okay. So what do? We do setup. It's going to be IO. Okay, so we need two handles, I believe. Or just a process handle. How does that work again? Okay, so let's just find out. That's going to be Haskell's process API, which is not so nice. I could just use type process because that's just nicer, I think. And it has proper documentation, so that would be good. Right. Okay, so this looks kind of nice. Not sure if we can use this. It's definitely not in the dependencies yet, but we might as well just be able to edit. So let's just try, because I want something with proper documentation, so I'm not going to use a default one because the documentation for that one is horrible. I fought with that one way too much by now. Okay, so there's a package YAML in here. Let's just find, okay, so process, well yeah, screw you, I'm going to install type process. Okay, so stack builds, please. And that should install type process. There we go. Okay, so type process has been installed as we speak, so I can just add the import already. It's going to be system.process.type, and I'm going to put that behind a because that's probably going to clash with the non-type one, so I'm going to put that under as PT process typed, and that's going to work in a second. Okay, so the purple backend for its setup, what it's going to do is it is going to I still don't know what's going on here with the how does that work with the setup stuff anyway? Is that defined in somewhere in here or not? Probably is, right? Yeah, but I don't think we're going to do that. Instead, we're going to manually handle that bit. So let's see what we do again. So start process gives us a process, and then we can probably clean it with stop process. Okay, so we start a process, which is a process config. Okay, so we're going to do that bit, basically. Okay, so let's that in here. Yeah, we'll figure it out in a bit. Okay, so setup is going to be something like this. It's not going to be entirely this because so date config, that's going to be a purple config, which is just going to be a string for now. So that's kind of nice. We can just use a string here because it has an isString instance apparently. So purple config, and yes, we need to do pt here. It's going to be the path to the binary. Damn it, that's not going to work. We need to do node and a bit more. So let's find out how to do things with arguments. Do we have that somewhere in here? Proc takes a command and it is variables, and shell takes a single string. Okay, so proc is the thing we care about, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna use proc instead of this bit. So we're gonna do proc, which again is gonna be from pt, I believe. Instead of cat, that's gonna be the path. So does this work? It does, and I can just put this bit in here. And of course I need to escape these. So I am going to do that. And I was expecting, yeah, that works. Okay, so purple, which is of course wrong because that is going to be our argument. Right, because that's going to be index.js. And the process is going to be node, I think. So we don't need that one anymore. So let's keep going. So setup is going to be equals do. And I believe setup is supposed to return a state, right? So this is going to be a process actually. So pt.process probably, with more arguments applied to it. And this is going to be the stop process bit is going to be inside the shutdown. So let's just do that right now. So shutdown is going to take browser state. No, it's going to take something else, which we don't know yet. So that's going to be purple state basically. And I think that's going to be a process type, but I'm not sure. So purple state, we're just going to do that. For now, I'm just going to, okay, so let's find out. Let's find out if we can figure out what's going on here. We do need a process. For this using create pipe. Okay, so we want to probably do create pipe actually. So set standard in create pipe, set standard out create pipe, set standard error closed. And then that's just cat, but I believe we want that to be proc here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that bit because we're going to need all of that as far as I can tell. I'm going to put that in here. Okay, so let's do that. So that's the bit that we already have, and then all of these are going to be pt dot closed, and I don't know if we need these. We'll find out. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. I have a feeling, I'm hoping that we can make this work in a nice way. So we don't care about that one. That's going to be the process. I'm going to stop that process. And I don't know the type of that yet, so I'm just going to not put that in there. I'm going to find all of these in a second. Okay, so let's see what's going on. What's the error we get? Okay, it doesn't know about the thing, so I'm hoping I can restart this or something. I don't even know. Yeah, kill everything. No, don't kill the buffers. How does that work? How do I restart this thing? Like this? Syntax checking enabled. Does it do things? I don't know if it does things. Can I get a buffer? Okay, so it's compiling stuff again. Unexpected response. What is that supposed to mean? Okay, so now our errors are down here, so that's nice. So set standard in. T, yes. Yes, please. Okay, so that works. And then pt dots, we don't care. Date config is not a thing. Purple config is a thing there. Right. So yeah, with config is not going to work here because the setup bit is doing things. Stop. So okay, so let's find out interacting with the process. Here we go. So okay, so we can do get standard in p. Okay, so this is going to return the process. And we don't care about that one. So what's the problem here? Public config, variable not in scope, exit code. Well, yeah, that's not a thing. So how about, what if I just do this? Does that work? That seems to work. Stop process. Yes, this is just going to be pt.stopProcess. Does that work as well? That would be nice. Okay, that looks good. So eval is going to be undefined for now, and reload is going to do nothing. So that can just do pure this bit. I'm not sure if reload does something to the state, so I'm just going to look that up just to be sure. No, it does not. Okay, so that's fine. So we should be good on that one, on that front. And so reload, couldn't image type. With that one, what? Expected type GC process, handle, actual type. Okay, yeah, so we ignore the argument, because again, we're not going to do anything here. So let us see if that works. So that seems to work. So here we should be able to access the process inside eval, and this should have some type, which we're going to find out about in a second. So type is just T. Screw you. Okay, so the eval bit is going to involve stuff. Okay, so how does eval work? It's going to take a string, right? Where's backend? Backend eval state and string. Yes, okay, so that's going to be JS as the second argument here. So, okay, so the process is going to be the state, and then we also have some JavaScript. What we're going to do is we're going to write to that. So pt dot, okay, so h puts strln into pt.get standard in of our process, and we're just going to write the JavaScript, and we might need to escape that, and we'll look at that in a second. Does that work? hput strlen is not in scope. Okay, so we need system IO. I'm going to need a couple of these, so I'm just going to import that unqualified, because in Haskell it's basically impossible to do this without going mad. Okay, so that works. Okay, so we can write, and then we're going to flush it, right? So h flush, right? And then we're going to get h get line from pt.get standard out of our process, right? And that's going to give us something. Okay, so what is this thing supposed to return again? Eval, backend eval state string nothing. Initialize and call it continuation when the backend is ready. No idea what that's supposed to mean. But backend eval, evaluate JavaScript code. What does the node backend do? Does it just print it to the console or something? Okay, so it just puts strings literally. So we're just gonna do that then. So this bit is fine. So we're just gonna do a print. Okay, so that compiled. It's kind of exciting, to be honest. So does this work already? That would be kind of crazy. So I'm just going to put a couple traces in here just to be sure. Because, yeah, it would be nice if this actually worked. So put Sterling evaling JS. And we're going to... this should be fine, right? This is all string based. No text code in here. Okay, so we can put that, we can do that, and then, yeah, I mean, the print is going to do whatever, so that's fine. So let's put in a couple more for this stuff. So before we do the setup bit, whatever, let's just see if that works. I'm just doing this now. So let's stack install this thing. Kind of ridiculous if it works first try. But we shall see. Oh, that's not going to work. That path is wrong. Okay, so let's do it again. Okay, so I'm going to let that run. And in the meantime, I am going to set up a very simple project because I'm not sure if this one's going to build. This is a little too complicated, probably. So make the purple dash just call it temp pull init dash psc dash package. What? Okay, that works. Okay, so this seems simple enough. psc-package. So does pull run work in this one? Okay, it does. Great. So we are going to nuke the output directory here because that is going to be obsolete in a second because we have a new compiler going on. Right, let's just make sure that we're using the right pers here. Yes, this is the local one, so this is going to be overwritten as soon as this finishes compiling. Which might be never. So is anyone still watching? Well, someone is going to like it on YouTube, I guess. I have a feeling that the JSON parse might break because of what we're doing here with the... And of course, I mean, this thing is not going to be fine anyway. Okay, so PureScript does not work. Of course not, because I have a running server here, so we need to overwrite that one. Okay, so this is not going to work anyway, because this is What does this even give us? This gives us an entire JavaScript module. Is that like an expression or not? What does that even do? I think it's like a file. I'm a little scared about what's going to happen. So let's see. Okay, so that worked. So let's just, before we do this, okay, wait, I'm already printing this out over here. That should be fine, right? Okay, so I'm gonna look at it, and whatever it does, I don't care. Okay, so that worked. Stack install worked. So over here, we should be able to do port REPL now. Okay, import the prelude. So what does one do? Evaling JS. Okay, so what happens? Use strict. All of that module.export equals that stuff. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to wrap all of this in an IFI, right? And then we need to call $main. On the, wait, this sets module.exports. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, after all of this is done, right? So we're not going to care, basically. After all of this is done, what we need to do is we need to append right, so let's find out. So we need to do something here. We need to append something, which is going to be after all of this runs, we might need to wrap this up in an IFI. I'm not sure yet. We'll see in a second, I guess. And I'm not sure if the requires are gonna work. We'll find out as well. Find all of that out. Okay, so what do we need to do after this is done? We're gonna put in a semicolon. Oh no, that already is there. And then we're going to do module.exports. We're going to do return module.exports dot $main. Is that already evaluated? I think it is. So let's just try this for now. See what that does. It might be worth to just grab that string basically and just try to get it to work on the PureScript side of things. So maybe that's actually what we're gonna do. I'm just curious if I can make this work from here. If this one fails, I am not going to attempt this again. So 1. Okay, so hget, yeah, so that doesn't help. Okay, so let's just try it, doing it in JavaScript land. So we're going to come back over here, and we are going to say, we're going to start ourselves cd. Okay, so program. Come on. Okay, so what we need to do is I need to go into purple and nuke the output. Now pull build the thing. The problem here was that the compiler had, and yeah, okay, so that thing is not going to build for the entire project. Let's just see if it still at least like works to some extent. Oh, it's not gonna run the code because the compiler is wrong. Okay, so we need to install that version of PureScript here, and we need to use the local version to do our things. Okay, so that worked. So I'm gonna go into the package. What's going on? That's not what I wanted. So I'm not in a project. Why am I not in a project, by the way? This thing has a Git directory. So packagation, and we need to add scripts, yeah? So scripts, I'm just gonna make a build script. So build is going to be build. Right, and so let's build and make a run script as well, which is going to be a pulp run. Okay, I think that's fine. If I delete the output again, I'm going to kill this server over here. I'm going to do build. Potential typo scripts, how nice. Package.json, this one. So that needs to be scripts, apparently. Try again. Yarn build, pull build. Okay, that builds all this stuff. Can't derive a type class instance for this stuff. What? It's supposed to be using the... What's going on? So node underscore modules dot bin should have a pers file, right? Yeah. So why is that not using the binaries that are in scope over there? Prepend the node executable to the path and scripts. Yes, please. True build, like that. What? Do I have npm in here? Because I have a feeling that npm is going to do the right thing here. No, it doesn't either. What the hell is going on? Oh, pulp cache, is that a thing? God, if that's the problem, I'm gonna be mad. No, that's not the problem. Interesting. So why is... So the problem here is that that my pulp is picking up the version of PureScript that I just installed globally here. But I want the node modules, the one inside node modules, to overwrite that, of course. And I'm not quite sure why that is not happening. There's no caches going on there. It can't be. And if I do node underscore modules dot bin dot pers dash version, it's going to give me 0.11.6, and that's going to be fine. So why is that not working? Yarn node modules bin. As long as your command script has no arguments, it runs fine. With arguments, it will fail to find the files. Yes, but I want this to set up the path properly. happening? Yarn local binaries path. Yarn one was. What's going on? No. Yarn bin. Yeah, that's fine. That's right. And I want this. Oh, I know what's going on, I think. See if that's the problem. Remove PureScript -psa. So none of these are. So maybe I need to install pulp in here as well. So like add pulp, is that the problem or something? Do I need to use a local version of pulp as well? So what if I do yarn build now? Still not working. So I mean, all of these errors are basically that that has been removed in the master. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. And the problem is that it's not picking up the version and node modules that are installed. And I don't understand why. Because that used to work, I'm 100% sure. Well, I guess I could try to just remove this one. And then hopefully then it's going to pick up that one. So that one is removed now. So it can't even find that one. So let's just hope that this time around it's going to find the local one first. I mean, yeah, it's compiling, so it needs to have found that one. And it's going through, yeah. Okay, so, well, I don't know. That's just annoying, but I don't know how to not make that annoying, I guess. So, did we lose the string that I cared about now? Where's the string? Oh, damn it. And I'm sure this thing does not go back. Oh, come on. So we have the string in here. It's all good. Let's go back into REPL. There it was. There we go. Run the remove command again. Okay, so here we are. We're back. Okay, so I'm going to make this a multi-line string. I just need to start the server here, which again is going to probably not work too well. Can I? Yeah, just gonna make that true. Yeah, save that file. Then I'm gonna reopen it. It's gonna prompt me, hopefully, to accept these changes. No idea. Let's hope it works. Okay, so I'm getting an error at least, so that works out. So this is the value. So this is a program. The program is a string. Okay. So let's not care about that. Okay, so program is a string. And now what do we need to do to program in order to make that compile, like work out here? So what we're going to do is we're going to copy main. And I'm going to delete all of this stuff because we don't care about any of that. All we're going to do is eval sync JSON and log the result. So that's going to work, I think. So that is a program. We're not going to need to JSON parse that just yet. Okay. So pulp run, yarn run. Stop. Did we run the remove command yet? Okay, we did. Okay, so yarn run. This looks a little silly. And unexpected token, that's true. Okay, so let's wrap the entire thing in an ify then. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take program. We're going to prepend some things. Okay, so what we're going to prepend is function that opening parens. We're going to put in all of this stuff. So program. And then we're going to close that up with like this. Like call it immediately. Now we're going to grab module.exports dot. So do we need the main or do we need it? So it is a value. I see $main is the executed result. So let's just grab it for now and return that from here. So let's try that again. Instead of evaluating program here, we're going to evaluate that. And I'm going to, just to be sure, log out the program first. So let's try yarn run again. Okay, so it tells me unexpected token something. So this is function. So it does not expect the semicolon. So I'm just going to put in a few thingies just so that it's easier for me to see what's going on here. So it's telling me that it's not expecting this bit down here. And I'm just trying to understand why. Is that maybe because of how we wrap things up inside Bubble.js, this bit, where we do return and then there's this thing. Grabs the code and puts that in there. Oh, I see what the problem is now. Okay, so we need to add the returning. Okay, so we need to add the returning in before we do that. Okay, so I think I understand what's going on. What we need to do is we need to move this bit into here. So we're going to put that after the \n. Let's just say that's fine. And we are going to, that's going to return module exports it, but we can just as well return it because that's in scope here. Right, so let's try it again. So again, unexpected token semicolon. Okay, so what do we have now? Module export, so we do function. Okay, so what, this is the closing one, right? What happens if I just remove that? Is that fine? Reference error, module is not defined. Yes, that is true. And we don't care whether or not that's defined. So let's just do this, I believe. Let's just do module. Ah, that's, oh wait, can we do that still? Can we use, do we need to shim module as well? What kind of suck? Let's just try this for now. Again, like all of this is kind of incidental complex. Okay, so it works now. So 1, okay, so we return 1. Okay, so that's good. So what do we need to do? Does that work? Can I think hoisting should move that up, right? So what happens if I do var module is equal to that bit, semicolon, return it. And do I need that still? Can I set property exports of undefined? Because yeah, it's not defined at this point apparently. Damn it. So we need to shim module. Oh, of course. What's going on? I'm an idiot, that's a problem. I can just do that here. So var module is equal to empty thingy, semicolon. Right, then I can put it \n in here, I guess. I don't care. The use strict doesn't matter to me. Okay, so that works. Okay, so this is the code that I need to. Okay, the question is now, do I do that on this end? Probably not. I'm gonna do this on the Haskell side, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so this is a JavaScript. That's, instead of doing this bit, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. Alright, and that's gonna be JS. Okay. Okay, and I think we'll find out how we go about $main, because that might be the thing that we actually care about in the end, because that's the thing which runs the show instance. Okay, so hopefully that's everything we needed to do, and let us see what this is going to do now. Port REPL. Okay, 1. H-flush, resource vanished, broken pipe. Okay, so we do need the standard error pipe here, and we are going to print whatever we get from the standard error. How does that work again? H get line. Oh no, not create pipe. What's the thing again? Not create pipe. Inherit. Is that what it is? I'm not sure. We'll find out in a second. Yes. No. Still compiling. Okay, looks good. Okay, so let's do it again. Okay. For fuck's sake. Of course, yeah. Great. Great job, Christoph. God damn it. I'm still running. Oh my lord. I'm an idiot. It's getting to the point where I'm not being concentrated anymore. Okay. So the problem was, of course, that I'm still running the wrong, like the test code, which did not accept anything on standard in, so. Of course that must have crashed. So let's just make sure that that works now. So yarn run. Okay, so that works. Temp. Stack install this one again. Which is hopefully just going to be a copy, basically. Just going to make sure that the server's gone. Okay, so that should be fine. So what happens if we now do pulp REPL 1. Unexpected token U in JSON at position 1. Function. Okay, so the JSON parse is not necessary, is what that is telling me. So I should really just make another window here. Okay, over here, code purple. That was wrong. Purple. Remove the thing again. Okay. Delete this bit. Start PSID again. Okay, so that works. That compiles just fine, but we're not going to do that. Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we don't need that bit, I think. Okay, so that should be fine. Gonna stop the server over here. Stack install this again. REPL over here. 1. Unexpected token. Okay. So okay, yes, it did work. Okay. We do need, oh god damn it. Okay, so we do need the JSON parse over here. That was right. Okay. Just need to make sure we remove the thing again. And then I can just, I guess I can just build this thing. So put build over here. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. I don't care. So we have that, I think, again. And then over here, I'm going to need to do that again where in the Haskell code, I'm going to need to show this bit of code. So I'm going to need to show the entire thing actually. I'm just going to apply show here, which is going to escape all the stuff. Okay, that works. Install it. So what's the problem here with show? Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Oh wait, I see what the problem is. That's actually wrong. That's the problem. Now it's right. So let's do that again. One! There we go. 1 plus 1 is 2. That's correct. We have prelude imported. Const for 1. 4. Okay, so what happens if I import? Oh, did something happen? So if I import control.monad.f.console, console doesn't matter. What else do we have that we could actually use? I don't think I can define a function here. That's not going to work. Because I don't reuse the context, right? So that function is going to be gone by then. Maybe it's not. Let's try it. fn equals of x equals x plus 1. Oh yeah, we don't need that. So we can just do that. And then fn of 2 is 3. So that works as well. So here we go. We have a new backend for so we have a new backend for PSCI. Ta-da! Okay, and that's faster in the sense that we're not restarting processes all the time. So it's nice that this seems to be working out fine. So I'm going to start looking into how I don't need to rerun the entire thing all the time. But I'm good for today, so I hope that was like informative. So if you want to write your own REPL backend for PSCI, that should give you all you need. Thank you very much. Have a great day.